We can also start to understand the power of perception as distinct from sensation by looking at people who have lost one of their forms of sensing the world. So we're about to watch a video here of someone who has been blind from early childhood. And so what does that mean? What do we mean by blindness? So in this case, blindness is he cannot use his retinas, or he doesn't have retinas actually, in order to transduce those light waves into signals from his brain. So how does he perceive the world, and how is his perception of the world similar to someone who's sighted? That's what we're going to look at in this video now.
I'm Daniel Kish. I'm the president of World Access for the Blind. I lost my first eye at the age of 7 months and my second eye at the age of 13 months. Echolocation is actually very simple. The physics of echolocation is very simple and easy to understand. It's similar to vision in a lot of ways. You have energy, in this case acoustic energy instead of light energy, and the energy goes out from the individual. In our case, it's in the form of a tongue click. And then that energy bounces off of everything in the environment, all surfaces everywhere, and comes back to the listener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to familiarize myself with the area by clicking and listening to the returning echoes, and also keeping track of where I go and where I come from. Now there's a structure here, a small one, or well, it's a pole. I see. So now it really does open up. Here's another pole. And this is probably a court. Yeah. So this would be a basketball court. And there would be the hoop. For us, it's all about freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to be, without conditions, without restrictions.
All right, so in other interviews, Daniel Kish has described how he developed this process of echolocation very intuitively. When he was a toddler and a young boy, his mother thought it was important that he experience the same freedom and the same opportunities to play as his siblings and other children in the neighborhood. So she let him range pretty freely, and he developed this method of echolocating just intuitively. And this is something that on the one hand is quite amazing, because it's really rare amongst humans for your primary way of navigating the world to be through sound rather than through light energy. It's even rare amongst people who are blind. But on the other hand, we don't say, oh, it's so amazing that you walked to class this morning, right? Like, you navigate the world and you do that unconsciously, automatically. Your brain is rapidly making sense of this sensory information that it's getting, and he's doing the same thing. In fact, it's possible that some of the areas of his brain that used to be devoted to, or would ordinarily have been devoted to visual information, maybe are being devoted to this echolocation. So that is just, again, getting at this idea that people can perceive the world in some ways very similarly. He perceives that there's a pole there, even if the process of sensation that get him to that perception are quite different from someone who was born and remained sighted his whole life.